Hello, we're Padmi Hotel, and now we're doing our third video journal. Today we're going to briefly present how we have performed in year 2.
As you can see, the market index for the year 1 under the stable and logical pricing strategy, we perform very well in the end of the year 1. But during the year 2, we made some aggressive pricing decision, which made us lose our market share a little bit, and which made us have a low occupancy rate and a low profit during the high season. And looking at the revenue mix for the year 2, during the low season, we can see the profit are mostly come from the business standard, and during the high season, the profits are mostly come from the leisure standard.
So let's take a deep look at our room revenue. As you can see that leisure customers are one of our most important source of revenue. However, in year 2, our leisure customers have decreased around 3% from last year. And also the business premier customer has decreased by 1%. And tour customers and small group has increased from 8% to 10% in this year. And small group has also increased by 1%. So overall, our room revenues did not perform as well as last year. And you can see that the total room revenue for year 2 has around 200,000 less than year 1. And now let's take a look at our food and beverage performance. Food and beverage department has been one of our weakness. And also you can see, however, in year 2, our room service has dramatically increased by 5%. And meetings and events has increased by around 6-7%. In year 2, we had a new facility. We opened our lobby bar, which contributes 33% of our food and beverage revenue. And also you can see in the mini bar, revenue has dramatically decreased from 23% to only 5.9%. And if you look at the cost of our food and beverage department, the food cost has decreased from 29% to 25%, and the beverage cost has also decreased. So we're basically having a very good control of our costs than last year. And also the total revenue has increased actually from last year, but and also as well as our gross profit, because the total percentage of gross profit has increased by 4%. However, the total amount of gross profit has decreased by $200,000. So in the coming year, we definitely want to focus more on our food and beverage departments, especially like room service, mini bar, and our food cost control. So this is our overall year 2 performance. Our total revenue has been increased by $1 million, and our GOP is relatively the same as last year, and our net profit has decreased by 3%, from 15% to 11%, and our ROE has also decreased by around 1.5%. So if we look back to our forecast that we estimated at the beginning of a year, year after the beginning of year two, we estimate that in year two we're gonna achieve a 6% of ROE and 40% of GOP, and at the end of year two we actually achieved 6.5% of ROE. So we kind of we're kind of doing what we have promised in the beginning. However, the GOP has not been achieved as what we have forecasted. We only achieved 31% of GOP, and the relative difference from the reality and the forecast is around 8%. And the occupancy rate that we estimate is on the weekdays 83% and weekend is 89%. However, in this year we didn't actually track many customers. During the weekday we only have 68% of occupancy rate, and on weekend we only have 70% of occupancy. So in the coming year we definitely want to maybe change our strategy and attract more customers, and also maybe not having a very aggressive pricing strategy.